So if you've played around with Open Code before, you probably already know how awesome it is to use AI helpers right in your terminal to build projects faster. MiMo Code is a really cool version made by Xiaomi that solves one of the biggest frustrations people face, and that's losing your project information when you close up for the day. But MiMo Code, it remembers everything. It keeps track of what you're building and all the tasks you've done even days later. And here's the best part, it comes with this awesome compose mode that basically does all the planning, testing, and fixing for you automatically, all from just one quick instruction. Alright, let's get it set up and see how it tackles those tricky step-by-step projects without even breaking a sweat. Before we can pull down Mimo Code, we need to make sure you have Node.js installed on your machine. This is especially critical if you are on Windows, since the official Mimo Code package installs directly through npm. Head over to the official Node.js website and grab the latest version that matches your platform version. Make sure it is Node.js version 18 or later, otherwise the CLI won't run properly. Once the installer finishes, just open your terminal or command prompt, type node and --version, and hit enter to confirm everything is good to go. But if you type that command and get an error saying node is not recognized, it just means Windows doesn't know where the program is living yet. To fix this, you need to tell your computer exactly where Node.js was installed by updating your environment variables. Go ahead and copy the folder path of your new Node installation, which is usually inside your program files. Then, search for environment variables in your Windows Start menu, open it up and look for the path variable. Just click Edit New Line, paste that copied folder location right at the end of the list and save it. Simply restart your terminal, run the command again, and the error should be completely gone. Now that Node.js is ready, we can install MiMo Code globally onto your system with a single npm command. Windows users will want to stick to this npm method, while Mac and Linux users can also use a quick curl script if they prefer. Go to GitHub and copy the command. Then open up your command prompt and paste by just right-click on console. And then it's going to pull down the package. Once the installation finishes, then before we run MiMo, just double check that your terminal is actually in your project folder. Yeah, you definitely don't want to accidentally create this in some random directory. So I'll go ahead and launch MiMo right here in my project folder. Just run the Mimo command. And okay, it gives this warning about dangerous thing. To be clear, it's not saying MiMo's code itself is malicious. It's just warning you in case you install something unsafe later on. So honestly, just choose yes, I trust this folder. And there it is. The interface actually looks super similar to Open Code. You know, the open source one. We've got all the commands right here. You can just press Tab to switch modes, and all the settings are right here if you want to tweak things. Oh, and we also have the sub-agent commands down here. Like, if you want to test files, it works exactly the same way as Open Code. Let's type a /model here and look at the models. And yep, there are the available models. So you can switch models or add any new ones you've already paid for in Xiaomi. All you need to do is provide the model ID. Anyway, if you're using a different provider, you can easily plug them into this tool as well. Or you can use this to import from Claude Code. This list right here shows all the available providers you can add to the harness. But for today, we won't have to spend a single dollar. We're going to use the Mimo V2.5 model, which is actually free for a limited time right now. Honestly, we don't know when they'll turn that off, so let's take advantage of it. So now I'm going to build a game. For this first prompt, I'll switch over to compose mode to build a basic Angry Birds game in a single HTML file. Let's hit go. It's starting to build now and really quick response back, and it'll create the file right here in this directory. Okay, so now let's head over to the project directory and open the file in the browser. Alright, it says to drag the bird to aim. Let's give that a shot. Yeah, I'm trying to drag the bird here, but it's not working at all. You can see it looks a bit weird, and we can't really do anything else. So let's go back. Let's check the variants. Oh, it's on default. I'm going to switch this to high and change the mode to build mode. Then let's give it a new prompt to fix the logic. Alright, I'll go ahead and refresh the browser to get the updated file. Okay, nice. Now we have a yellow bird and a scoreboard. Let's try dragging the bird again. And yeah, it's still not working. mostly because I forgot to explicitly tell it to fix the drag issue. Okay, let's actually tell it to fix the game this time. Alright, let's test it out again. I'm going to refresh one more time, and now we can drag it around. We can see the dot pointer, and if I release, yeah, it works perfectly. Even the scoreboard is working nicely now. Alright, let's try another prompt. This time, let's create a drum machine to mock up and test some music sounds. It's starting to build now, and it's listing out a table of all the features it's going to include. And yeah, here's the result. We have these buttons that we can toggle to save the pattern, and each row has a different sound. Basically, when you click a button, you're lighting up a specific note at a specific moment. Right now, nothing happens until you actually hit play. But once you press play, a timeline marker moves from left to right, scanning across your grid. Whenever it hits one of the buttons you selected, it triggers that specific instrument sound. The cool part is, you can toggle these nodes on and off while the loop is running to change up the rhythm on the fly. So yeah, it's a super easy way to build a quick beat or a melody completely from scratch. And we can configure the beat and the swing mode. That's pretty fun. Now back to the tool. I just built 2 simple apps with several requests, and it only consumes 7%. That's pretty good, honestly. So yeah, you might want to give this a try since it's free for a limited time, and it's explicitly built for long horizon automated programming tasks. If we look at the evaluation benchmark, they actually claim it tops Claude Code with Sonnet 4.7, measuring one-shot problem-solving ability on individual repository level issues. So yeah, I hope this short review, test, and installation helps you out. Please comment your thoughts below and subscribe to Cambo tutorial to see my next video.